everyone, welcome to Shelf Space and yet another Exia update. Hopefully this is the last one and the next Exia video will be the full review. We'll just have to see. I was originally planning on today's update being the actual review, but I'm just not quite there yet. But I'm close, really close. In fact, here's the update part. The figure itself is done, pretty much. No stickers or anything like that. I don't know if I'm going to do them or not. Because I'm fairly happy with how he looks right now. But the figure itself is ready to go. What's waiting right now is the weapons. And he's got quite a few of them because, Exia was known for the 7 swords. Granted, most of those are beam sabers, but even those, unlike on HG or even MG kits, actually require some assembly. So stuff like this right here. And where does it show? So you can see it's talking about, the beam sabers themselves are made out of 2 halves. Actually, no, 2 halves plus a whole bunch of other parts. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. And truth be told, if it weren't for a build day, I probably wouldn't have even gotten this far on it. But Shoki of Shoki Reviews invited me to check out a build day at a comic book store not too far from where he lives. And because of that, I got to just sit down and build. And that's when I basically finished this guy, with the exception of his hands. And I just recently finished building those, as well as, make sure that doesn't fall over, some of the other optional hands. He still has a few other hands that are made specifically for the weapons, I believe. Mainly because looking through the instructions, I saw them showing up there in the weapons section. And yeah, this has been an experience. I'm having some issues with making sure everything fits together nicely. Every so often it feels like things want to shear off, but that could just be my inexperience, or maybe I'm not handling it correctly. And I'm a little worried about the wires sticking out in some places. It feels like they should be tucked away, but maybe they don't. I had Shoki actually look over this thing because there was several things that I needed help with, and I didn't even realize on some of them. And he kind of looked things over and helped me out a bit with the face and head and stuff. I still have an issue where I don't know if you can see it in this, but one of the little cheek armor bits doesn't rest all the way. We're not entirely certain why. Shoki thinks maybe a part got molded funny or something. And something Shoki did help me with. I don't know how well you can see it on this thing, but he was able to get the little gem thing out, and so I can reposition the sticker, because I think when he was helping with the head thing, he was looking at that and it bothered him so much that he took the time to fix it for him. So for all his help on this, I am incredibly grateful, because he built this thing last year for Double October, and so I've been referring to him quite a bit, just for advice and stuff like that. Like I mentioned on the very first video, when I snapped that part, he was the one that told me to calm down and realize that that part wasn't needed for anything. It's just an optional thing, and that the rest of the build was going to be fine. And so far, it's had its challenges, but that's because it's what it is. It's a perfect grade. It's supposed to have a certain level of challenge. But overall, it's been a fun, good build. And I think I keep on saying this, but I do not regret starting this project. It just takes up so much time, just by virtue of it's a huge thing made up of a whole lot of parts. But yeah, I'm happy with this thing so far, and I'm excited to see this thing finished so I can get all the weapons on it and have it be ready to display someplace. That's the other part I'm gonna have to figure out, is where the heck is this thing gonna live? I don't know if I have a good spot here in the shelf space itself, but I don't know if I want to leave it out in the living room, because I have these really high ceilings, and they have these big windows up there that have no way of being covered up. So we get sunlight all the time, and I'm worried what, constant baking in the sun would do to the plastic. May not do much, like, structure-wise, but it could bleach the colors out, and I'd hate to see that happen, particularly to a perfect grade. That would, bite. But yeah, and I think I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you next time you invade my shelf space.